Yo, what's up? It's Honey Boss here, back at it again with another one. And in today's video, we're gonna react to the craziest meals ever eaten on my 200 pounds. Can I count? The heck, 200, 300, 400, 600 pound life. But I've seen this show like a few times, and some of the combos they eat is disgusting as fuck, bro. Like, and then they're eating that on the daily. It's like, I would get tired of food. I already don't like food like that. Like, if it was a special pill you could eat a day and be like, that's all the nutrition, all the everything you need, give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's too lazy to eat, but I'm not a foodie. I'm not a foodie. Like, I guess you could say like, oh, you haven't tried certain things, and that's why I even went to school to be a chef. So I'm like, I want to try some new stuff, but it's all the same at the end. And it goes to the same system, and it just get munched, crushed, acid, then come out, boom, 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 dookie. All right, so it's like, just leave it a pill. And I'll continue with my regular day stuff. But let's get into this video.
On my 600-pound life, eat some of the craziest meals ever seen on TV. And in this video, we're going to break down the most insane, looking at the calories.
At this point, 600 pounds, just like, how do your organs handle all that pressure and
cost and more, starting with James B, the man who is addicted to getting food deliveries. James's story was in season 10 of the show, and he weighs in at a staggering 625 pounds, which won't come as a surprise when you see what he...
Alright, this damn intense ass music in the back. What the fuck? Calm it down. Lower the tone. The fuck?
Orders in for his breakfast. Obviously, I'm not American, but from the order he placed...
What did he just say?
It sounds like he's ordering from IHOP.
Wait, what did he say?
Obviously, I'm not American, but from the orders a surprise when you see what he orders in for his breakfast. Obviously, I'm not American, but from the...
Oh, obviously, I'm not American? Like, what the fuck? Okay.
Order he places, it sounds like he's ordering from IHOP, and he shares how excited he gets.
Damn, look, he share how excited he get, but this nigga sweating. You sweating thinking about the food you... Alright, man. You be sweating thinking about the food you about to eat. Even this nigga climaxed or something like that. Like,
when he orders food.
The amount of stuff that you could get is just crazy, so I just
want to punch him.
It's like the Super Bowl. You can get whatever you want now. You understand?
He lists off his massive order of food, which is
I want to punch him in his face.
For an entire family, let alone one man. Some of these
I know this man never had a conscience of, oh, don't you know how when you don't finish stuff on your plate? I come from a family with my parents, mainly my father, made me finish every little thing on the plate, and I still do that stupid stuff to this day until I break out of that and I be like, yo, I don't have to finish this. You know what I'm saying? But he never had the thought, because I think when I don't finish my food, I'm like, oh, the people in Africa, because back in the day, that's all they used to say, like, oh, and then you get all those infomercials and stuff. So I think about, oh, what about the people that don't have food? I gotta finish it.
have been removed.
You don't get that
menu,
thought.
So we'll be going with the closest item currently on their menu.
All right, can I get the 2 slices of Steakhouse Premium Pancake? Can I get the Game Day Family Feast?
I know I would hate to be the person to take that online order. Like, man, what the fuck? Just tell us what you don't want on the menu.
Can I get the original French toast?
His first order of Steakhouse Premium Pancakes consists of 2 pancakes with smoked...
And then when they that big, it's like, how do they have all that money to get all that stuff?
Smoked bacon pieces and caramel sauce, and he orders 2 of these. He then adds a Game Day Family Feast, which consists of 8 pancakes, 8 bacon strips, 4 servings of scrambled eggs.
You know, one thing I hate is when I order 2 giant subs from Jersey Mike's and the person asks me, is that here to go? I'd have slapped your lips. You want to sit here and watch me eat these 2? Like, no, 1 is for now. 1/2 is now, because that's what I do sometimes. I'll get 2. So me and my baby will split the number 47, I think it is. We'll split that, and then I'll have my, what is it? Turkey, and then she'll have whatever else. So we have basically 2 subs. So we both have our own separate giant, where I'll eat some of it now, some of it later. Damn, that just made me want to get some. But you gotta pay fucking bills.
browns and 8 sausage links. And he isn't done yet. He orders some original French toast and finally
This is
2
making my
slices of
stomach
ham.
hurt, and
In
I'm hungry,
total,
but
this
it's
mammoth
like
breakfast comes to
I'm unhungry.
$84 and around 7,500 calories. And he hasn't even brushed his teeth yet. It seems hard to believe that a total
Yo, why you had to drill him? He probably even washed his ass.
is this many calories, but seeing the amount of
That food don't even look good, bro. And then the original French toast.
food on the table in front of him shows the reality of the situation. The most shocking part about this is that he actually finishes every single item he orders and still wants more.
So when breakfast is over, then I'm already thinking about lunch. I do get full.
I had to punch him in his fucking head. You just ate all that and you still want more? You want him to eat for lunch. Yeah.
But it's temporary. Then I'm already back on the phone, looking at what I'm gonna get for lunch.
Now, obviously James needs to change his eating habits quickly if he wants to lose weight. In my newsletter, The Fat Loss Kitchen,
Lose weight is not in his
he thinks
vocabulary if he
everyone
eating
else
like
needs
that.
to lose weight while not eating boring meals. Every single Friday.
Is this a
all you have
fucking
to-
ad,
and
nigga?
Jason shocked viewers with the sheer amount of eggs she uses every single day.
Her
Gabby
ass-
Martinez is someone
Oh, but say her ass must be a fucking hen. All them damn eggs.
my subscribers already know all about. Good reason, after she moved into a drug den to avoid Dr. Now. But her diet is somehow even more shocking than that. She lives with her best friend Cheyenne, who to be honest could also be a star on the show. And this means that
Damn! Like, why he had to come for her? Like, she also should be a star of the show.
both indulge each other's bad habits. So when Dolly asks for 15 eggs for breakfast, Cheyenne didn't bat an eyelid. Obviously, egg prices are insane at the moment.
It
in America,
is.
With a dozen eggs costing around $5.50. So on average, the amount of eggs alone probably cost her $7. To make matters worse, a single egg has around 70 calories in, and not even taking into account the oil she uses.
Is she cooking her
this
shit?
Is around 1,100 calories worth of egg, and she doesn't stop there, adding as much cheese as she could physically.
Damn, bro. How big do you have to be to get ice cream on your arm, bro? Like, they not letting me get ice cream. I eat ice cream whenever I want. Oh, damn, now I done bit my fucking arm for real. Like, I know that was me, but then the lollipop.
Calories worth of egg, and she doesn't stop there, adding as much cheese as she can
Oh, but
physically
did
hold
you see how fucking big that fucking... she fucking did a fucking bench press and then threw all that shit inside that.
into her eggs. Obviously, there's no exact number here as she just gets a fistful, but let's be generous and say that that's 500 grams of cheddar cheese, which would be yet another 2,000 calories.
That's
bringing
crazy.
breakfast to 3,100 calories. It should come at no surprise then that when she's finally weighed, the scales show a staggering number.
Step down. We're gonna be going to room 5.
How did that happen? It's actually a lot more than
And
I
then
thought
she's
I
on
was
the
going.
oxygen tank.
There's no way I
Jesus.
gained that much. So that makes no sense. That's impossible unless my scale at home must be wrong.
Somehow Dolly thinks that her diet couldn't have brought her to that weight, and Dr. Now was quick to explain how dangerous her situation had become.
All right, so you are 593 pounds.
I wonder what these doctors be thinking, like, God dang it, what the fuck? This a human? You know?
And you 5'2",
Yes, sir.
so your BMI is 100.
She's 5'2" and almost 600 pounds. Basically 5'2" and 600 pounds.
Right. So that's a very high BMI. And your body is under a lot of strain because of that.
And just like Dolly, Maya's body was under a lot of strain too, caused by her addiction to fast food drive-thrus. Maya appeared in season 7 of the show and started her episode weighing over 600 pounds, and it's not hard to see how
People really weigh that much? Like, my mind is boggled.
she got there. Because she's so large, despite being able to walk around and bathe herself, her boyfriend Christian needs to do pretty much everything else for her. This makes her attitude even more frustrating, as she lies to her boyfriend about where she goes during the day.
He doesn't know when I go to get food because I get dressed to go out
You cheating on your man with fast food, dog? Come on, he's doing everything for you. You know he can walk out any moment, bro.
And I tell him it's for errands,
That's an addiction.
but it's a lie because the only thing I'm going to do is eat.
Maya lies to her boyfriend so she doesn't feel judged and embarrassed about going to multiple drive-thrus. This may sound obvious, but I think it's quite clear that Christian knows she goes to the drive-thrus and just wants to keep the peace. In the car to the drive-thrus, Maya admits that some
Damn, now I see like Respucia, that scene when she was, you adjusted my seat, naughty.
times she will go to 4 places in a row, which is more than most people will go to in an entire month, let alone in a single morning. Her first stop is McDonald's, and her order is mammoth to say the least.
Damn, mammoth.
Can I get 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg, and cheese, and a sausage muffin with egg?
So with her order of 2 sausage burritos, a bacon, egg and cheese, and a sausage and egg muffin, this brings her calories to start her morning to around 1,200 and costs around $15. But this wasn't enough, and Maya isn't full yet.
There's no words for that feeling when you taste something you love. It's incredible, but it feels like that meal is gone in a second.
I wonder, is it something on their brain that like a parasite attached itself to their brain and it's telling them, eat, 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 feed me, alright. Cause that ain't no way.
So I move on to the next things I'm craving.
Next, she pulls up to the Arby's drive-thru and puts through another massive order.
Can I get a beef
Jesus.
and cheddar sandwich, jalapeno roast beef slider, and your ultimate BLT sandwich?
Damn, she just creeping around at the drive-thrus and shit.
The beef and cheddar sandwich, a jalapeno roast beef slider, and an ultimate BLT sandwich, which by far has the most calories of any of her meals this morning, all confirmed, she digs in yet again. She decides to enter a spree of drive-thrus here, and finishes her morning having eaten 2,000.
Telling you, I can't watch this show. I would hate food, man.
$31, which is
I already don't like food like that.
I'm going to make a full video on Maya, as her addiction to food was so strong and her relationship with her family was made extremely difficult because of that. So make sure you listen to Dr. Now and subscribe to my channel.
I encourage everybody to subscribe to the Craig's YouTube channel and enjoy the videos.
Now, although Maya hid her food addiction, Bethany was much more brazen about hers, as she has her children bring her a ridiculous amount of fast food to binge on. Bethany's episode starts with her saying she hates her life, and she's in constant misery. At 40 years old and over 600 pounds, she needs her 10-year-old daughter to help her get ready for the day. She has another 18-year-old daughter that does cook for her, and she does start by cooking her mother a breakfast of 3 eggs and some toast. This is just a normal breakfast, and obviously isn't too crazy. However, Bethany gets hungry during the making of this breakfast, so has a muffin and a bun and a packet of what looks like crackers before she has her breakfast.
That's
This is
gotta be
pretty
an
tame as far
illness,
as
like a
600
mental
pound
illness.
breakfasts go, though. And the real shocking
Crazy.
meal comes later into her episode, as she orders a pizza feast, all for herself. When her daughters arrive home from school, they order a meal consisting of 2 pizzas and a massive box of multiple slices of garlic bread. I try to find the specific restaurant, but not being
It's
able to-
like, at what point do you stop yourself? Like, all right, this is enough. I need to stop. No holds barred.
and my knowledge of the fast food chains over there being limited, we have to make some assumptions here. So it looks like 2 large mushroom and pepper pizzas, which would have around 3,000 to 4,000 calories in total. But what really takes the cake is the massive box of cheesy garlic bread she orders for basically all herself.
That's when food became this thing in life,
Jesus.
like it is now, where I have to have it.
At my count, there's 15 slices.
Sound like a
there,
fucking
and at minimum
kid. I gotta have
350
it.
calories per slice. That totals up to 5,250 calories just on garlic bread. She does give a couple of slices of pizza and a slice of garlic bread to her daughters, but not too much. And it looks like it's safe to assume that she ate no less than 8,000 calories in this one meal. She does leave the crusts though, so maybe she saved some calories there.
The only thing that could help me escape it was food. So I was just eating my way through life at that time and gaining. So I put on another 100 pounds.
Do they
after that
fucking-
and got up.
Do they fucking jaws just get tired? Like, they probably gained like a whole new muscle. Like, they muscles must look like people fucking biceps at that point. Like, what the fuck?
To the 400s by the time I was 15.
Now, like Maya before Bethany, Karina also tries to hide her food habit, but in a very different way. Featuring in season 6 of the show, and much like the other stars, her first thought every morning is that she survived the night. Her following thought is wondering what she's going to have.
The motherfucker's waking up like,
a sad reality of living with a deep food addiction. She lives with her parents, and the only time she leaves the house is to the grocery store with them, while being carried in the back of their people carrier. But she only does this so she knows her parents are going to buy what she wants from the store.
My parents have to drive me, and I sit in the back of the van on the floor, so they
oh, I thought she said shit. Like, I was like, wait, what?
literally had to fold the seats in the van down, put a blanket on the floor.
As she's wheeled around the store, her parents do not question anything she wants. Ice cream, chips, cakes, and more, with nothing being off limits. Even though her parents don't question her meals.
Low-key, that do look freaking good. I could say that looks good. Got the wings, got the cheesy bread, and then she rubbing her hands. I didn't even notice that at first. She said, "Oh, a masterpiece." I wonder what show she watching eating that, or are you just looking at the fucking wall eating that?
And though she eats a massive amount of food, she still attempts to hide her addiction. When her parents leave for the evening and go to dinner, Karina allows herself to order even more food.
I have 2 medium pizzas with pepperoni and sausage, 1 order of cheese sticks, 24 honey chipotle wings, and the double chocolate chip brownie.
Delivery or carry out?
This will be for delivery. Thank you.
When the food arrives and is laid out on the bed, Karina rubs her hands together as she looks at the mountain of food in front of her. Starting with the medium pizzas, they probably have at minimum 2,500 calories in them each. And I'm not sure what restaurant she got them from, but if we go off the
I'm about to say that look like Papa John's, nigga.
Papa John's menu, those 24 wings will have another 2,500 calories in them, the majority of the calories coming from the sauce they are in. She tops the meal off with a brownie, with one square having 250 calories, so another 2,250 calories there, and a garlic bread, which is at minimum 1,000 calories.
That's just crazy.
In this absolute feast, she will devour around 8,250 calories, which explains how her weight has ballooned to this size, and has now meant that her bed needs to be held up with cinder.
Damn. Cinder blocks, bruh. Not even watching us, she's just eating it at the wall.
It makes me feel warm and good inside, if only for a short while. But I'm afraid that one day I'm just gonna eat too much. I'm probably gonna die from a heart attack, or I'm gonna suffocate. But I can't stop myself.
This somehow wasn't as big as the next patient's meal though, which actually was so large it made headlines in the news. In season 11 of the show, we met Chris, whose legs are so fat that they push against each other, meaning he can barely stand up. Despite this, he can take care of himself and do most—
I wanna pop her in the mouth. Cause why are you eating that lettuce like that, bruh? It's a knife right there. Cut her a piece, let her nibble on it like a fucking rabbit. Like, what are you doing?
each other, meaning he can barely stand up. Despite this, he can take care of himself and do most daily tasks, which includes making his own breakfast.
My weight makes it challenging to cook the kind of breakfast that I want. Because of the weight and the fat in between my legs, I can't stand up straight, so they're constantly pushing apart, which makes it really uncomfortable to stand in the kitchen for a long period of time. So I actually have to sit on a cooler that I sit on when I cook.
Help me! Help! Help me! Help me! Help me!
This is the scene which made headlines and led to comments such as, "This is my..."
That big ass bowl of spaghetti! Come on, bro!
For an entire week, and honestly, it isn't an exaggeration. Now, it's pretty impossible to track the calories of this meal, as he just has a pan full of bacon, another massive pan full of scrambled eggs, sausages in the oven, and of course, cheese to melt on top. Chris puts all of these ingredients into a breakfast burrito, of which he makes 12. 12 whole breakfast burritos smothered in sauce.
I make the meal with my stomach, not with my brain, so I have a really big meal, and when I start eating, As soon as I hit that first bite, I eat it all. I call it going red. I can't stop.
He doesn't even take these burritos to a table and prefers to eat them at the kitchen bench to allow him to devour them quicker. Although Chris didn't eat a healthy meal, at least he made an effort to cook his food, which can't be said about Holly, who decided on the day before her weigh-in at the doctor's office she would order a greasy Chinese meal. Now, there's not really an insane amount of food here. Well, maybe it is for the average person, but the real craziness comes from the timing of her decision to get this Chinese food, which is obviously extremely high in fat, oil, and salt.
Since we just moved in, we're not really set up to cook. So we're ordering delivery from places around here a lot until we can get some pots and pans and stuff to cook with. But Ray said he's gonna look for a job tomorrow, and he'll get all that while he's out, and we can start prepping healthy meals.
Holly uses the excuse that she's just moved into her home and she can't afford
Probably moved in 8 months ago.
pots and pans, but looking at the size of her Chinese order, surely that could have been swapped for something healthy and bought some pans to cook with. So she has a massive Chinese meal on the night, knowing full well in the morning she's going for her weigh-in with the doctor, in which she has a goal to lose 50 pounds, and that goes about as well as you're expecting.
I'm really upset, and I don't understand why my progress isn't that good. So I'm shocked and confused and nervous to hear what Dr. Now is gonna say.
She doesn't lose as much weight as Dr. Now was expecting, which caused him to question why she values food and chocolate over living. This
Do they have a series or something to tell people like stop eating? Put on like have a recording whenever they go for food. It just play like stop eating. I don't know. This is nasty. I could not watch this show. It was so hard for me to finish this, but just gotta pray for people like that. Pray for their mental, because that is sickening. Like, you literally eating all this food, the guy for IHOP, that first one, and then you're thinking about what you're gonna eat for lunch. He didn't even say dinner. He said, what I'm gonna eat for lunch. As you eating all that? Like, what the heck? Yeah. Hopefully people that go through this, they get the help they need. I'll see y'all in the next one. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, or I'm gonna hit you with some toilet paper at the back of your head. You're gonna be like, honey? Yeah. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace in the mouth. Get out of here.